All right, so welcome back to another episode of Str8 Up. Our guest today is Evan Carmichael. And Evan, he was recognized by Forbes as one of the world's top 40 social marketing talents. Inc. magazine rated him as one of the top 25 social media keynote speakers you need to know. And he had recently published a book called Your One Word. So Evan, thank you for setting time aside and hanging out with us today. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to having some fun with you guys.
Evan, thank you once again for being featured on our YouTube channel, on our show, Str8 Up. First and foremost, what's going on with you?
Life is good, man. Every day is great. It's a constant challenge to push myself harder, try to do more, try to have a bigger impact. So this is the highlight, though, guys. Talking with you guys, right?
Thank you.
Neil, Ricks, and Victor, the trio. This is it. This is making my week, so I'm pumped.
We appreciate that. So I guess I'll start the conversation. Evan, I'm a sports guy, and I read an article about Kobe Bryant, and he's transitioned from retirement from a basketball player to a venture capitalist. I wasn't really sure what that was, so I looked up what it was and learned what that entailed. And I read up on your Wikipedia page that you also were a venture capitalist before you became a serial YouTuber. So talk to us a little bit about the transition. What made you go from being a venture capitalist to working on YouTube and growing successfully?
So it started off with me actually having my own business. I had a biotech software company when I was 19. I sold it when I was 22. I never needed money. So venture capitalists, for the audience, they help raise money, usually like $500,000 plus. So they're not angel investors giving low amounts. Like they start at $500,000 and go up typically. I never had to raise money for my company, and I was always kind of curious about the industry. When I sold my business, I didn't know what I wanted to do next.
Gotcha.
You know, it's like I worked so hard grinding on this business for 3 years, and it's gone. Like, oh, now what do I do? It's like it's a good problem to have. I'm not complaining. Just, it was still, I don't know what to do. And so I just started saying yes to different things, to trying to learn about different industries. And one of the partners at that VC firm was on my radar. We connected. He invited me to join. And I was just curious about venture capitalism, what it was about, and the process of raising money in case I ever needed to do it again, and just getting more context on entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurs are flying through a VC firm all the time, and you get to learn a lot. Well, up until that point, all I knew was my one business that I had built and grew up. So that was a great experience for me to just kind of learn. The three partners in that company were all in their 60s or 70s. You know, they'd seen all kinds of businesses. I'm here 22, you know, super green. And they taught me a lot about how to analyze a business, what it's all about, and seeing just all kinds of different entrepreneurs come through. It wasn't something that I then decided, like, this is what I want my career to be. It was more just a curiosity for me at that moment. And so I stayed there for almost 2 years. And once I kind of learned what I needed to learn, I was already starting my own next thing on the side, which was helping out entrepreneurs. It started off as a website, evolved to a YouTube channel. It'll be interesting to see how Kobe does. A lot of athletes going into business, like they can't do it. Magic Johnson is maybe like one of the best examples of people who have had success. But Kobe is a different kind of dude, man. Kobe brings that intensity, and if you're going to bet on somebody, it's not a bad bet for an athlete turning into an entrepreneur.
Gotcha.
You know, it's really incredible. And I saw your YouTube channel started up, what, 2008, I think, is when you is when it was first created. Is that right?
You know what? Like most things, I created the account. Like you get your own YouTube account, and then you don't do anything with it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
like you get the Twitter account, you don't do anything with it, or the IG or whatever, and you just sit on it. And then I put a couple things up, and then backed off, and like I took it seriously a couple years ago.
Okay.
But I've had the account for a while.
How do you see yourself in the context of social media and especially YouTube? Since, you know, as us, we're just starting out, so we're trying to learn a little bit from those that have really been able to take advantage of this platform.
Yeah, you know, what gets me off is the work, to be honest. Like, the awards are great. Like, hey, we hit 500,000 subscribers, or like at the start 100K, and then you know, it's great.
Yeah.
I don't really celebrate much. Like the Forbes thing was, you know, oh, cool, Forbes, okay, awesome. Like back to the grind. Let's go. Let's bust it out.
Yeah.
You know, yesterday I sat down and I filmed 70 new videos for my channel.
70?
You know? 70. It was like the entire day of filming, like 5-minute lunch break, and like let's get back, let's film more content. I like that. Like, I like this. I like talking to you guys,
Gotcha.
man. I like the process.
Okay.
I like the process much more than the goal. So yeah, my next goal on the channel, I want to be the first entrepreneur channel to hit 1 million subscribers. Like nobody's, like I'm the closest, right? It's me, then Gary Vee, and then a bunch of other people.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And so like I want to be the first to hit 1 million. Like, does that drive me? Sure, but much more than that is doing the work.
Yeah.
Like I like making the videos. I like
Absolutely.
interacting with the fans. I like doing these kind of interviews. I like talking to you just as much as I like talking to Forbes. Actually, I like talking to you guys a little more.
Thank
But,
you,
like,
appreciate that.
Like the awards are good, you know, but it's just it's a recognition of doing good work. Like if you love the work you guys are doing, if you keep interviewing people, you hone your interview skills, you bring on more guests, you know, that's what I like. That's what I get off on more than saying, hey, I hit like this list or this subscribers or whatever.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Have you found it to be cyclical? Like you get this recognition and then you find like a boost in people paying attention to you? I mean, how has that progressed over the years?
I pay zero attention.
No attention at all.
It's the same thing to like, when did I start my channel? I have no idea. Like,
Okay.
I don't try to get on the
Yeah.
Forbes list or any of that stuff. Right?
Yeah. It just
Like,
happens.
it happens. If it helps, awesome. But it's like, I'm just grinding. That's it. I'm making more content. I want to help my audience and the fans. I'm sure it does. But can I tell you that, hey, I hit this list and I got a 5% boost or 20%? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. Like,
Yeah.
who cares? I'm just back to making more great work.
Yeah, that's a common theme that you talk about in these videos. Like, love the process, love what you do, and the results will come inevitably. Do you have a favorite celebrity that you've profiled for a top 10 success video? Little John or Kevin Hart, anybody that you really enjoyed profiling? Because some of those videos are vastly entertaining, to say the least.
Damn. Neil's asking the questions. That's a tough one. Is there one that I go back to? Not really. I mean, I think I put the most love and effort at the start into the Steve Jobs one. You know, my team helped me with that, but like I spent the most personal hours on that, followed by maybe 50 Cent.
That was a good one. The 50 Cent
Yeah,
that was a
like
great
That
one.
one, 50 Cent one was nuts.
That was a
But
great
here's what happens. Like, here's how much I love the process. My team put together the 50 Cent video. And they sent it to me, and I review everything before it goes out. And I threw away like 70% of the clips. I'm like, guys, 50 Cent is a legend, man.
He's
Like,
that dude.
he's
I know.
better than him. Like,
He's that dude.
He's done better than this. I know it. And then I spent, like, I canceled my next day, and I spent the whole day researching, finding 50 Cent clips,
Absolutely.
and then put something together that I was proud of, and that's what we launched with. And after we launched, he tweeted it. He put it on his Twitter, on his Facebook, maybe Instagram. I don't remember. He
Yeah.
sent it out, and like he said, hey, here's what I believe in, or something, and shared it with his audience.
Yeah.
And we got, I'm sure, like, hey, what was our boost from that? I don't know. But
No,
Right?
it's cool.
like, I always want to make stuff that one I personally like and I'm learning from. Like, everything's a filter through my eyes. Like,
Absolutely.
You know, we could have done 50 Cent, him just smashing other rappers and people and just talking trash, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. It's not what I want to hear, right? So I pull out the inspirational stuff.
Absolutely.
And then I also want to make something that if they saw it, they would be proud of it. So like 50 Cent shared his, Floyd Mayweather shared his, Tyrese shared his and put it in his Instagram bio. Like, people are sharing it when they see it, not all the time, but you know, I want to make something that is a tribute to them that they would be proud of if they saw it.
Absolutely.
And so, you know, the 50 Cent one was great. I learned something from all of them, though. I mean,
Gotcha.
that's maybe a crappy answer, but
Gotcha.
there's nothing that I go back to and like, this is the best one I've ever made, because the best I've ever made is still to come, man. It's like, it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so I guess I was kind of curious, as somebody who is on the rapid rise 500,000 subscribers, do you interact with other big YouTube personalities at all? And if so, what does that look like?
yeah, we've done a bunch of collabs. My business model is much more, I try to create a lot of noise in my industry, and then people want to work with me. People come to me. I'm not the sales guy. I'm not the, like, call you up, and I'm not initiating most of this stuff. Like, I don't call up Inc. magazine and say, hey, profile me. I'm hot. Like, check out my stuff. See, like, I'm the next thing. I don't do any of that stuff. It can work. It's just not me. Like, it works for a lot of people. You just have to go on your strengths, right?
Yeah.
My strength is not in the salesmanship, and so mine is more in the marketing. And so I generate a lot of attention, and then people reach out to me and say, hey, do you want to do some kind of collab together. So I've worked with a number of different YouTubers. You know, in the entrepreneur space, we did something with Gary Vee. We did Lewis Howes. We did Brian Tracy. We're working on Tony Robbins and Jack Canfield. You know, it's like a mix of the older, you know, traditional guys who built a name in books but don't have an online presence, and then the new up-and-coming guys who are more hardcore on YouTube. But it's much more like people find me and they want to do something together. And I spend my time, instead of hustling going out and getting sales, I spend my time hustling into the content to drive more attention.
Gotcha. So, Evan, I didn't know this until I pulled up your Wikipedia page. I know you for your YouTube channel. I knew you were an entrepreneur, but I didn't know that you were also a keynote speaker. So talk to us a little bit about your career as a keynote speaker. What's that like? Do you enjoy going around and speaking to groups of people about social media marketing? Talk a little bit about that.
So this is something that is a part of my business, but one that I have intentionally scaled back.
Okay.
I do a couple things a year typically, mostly because I really care about the cause that I'm working with. And so I don't want to go and just do a speaking gig to a corporation. Like, it doesn't get me off. Like one I did last year as an example, I went to Madrid to go speak to all the heads of the libraries from around the world.
Wow.
The directors of the libraries, because their libraries are like, we're getting irrelevant. People don't care about libraries anymore. How do we stay relevant in a social media era? I'm like, you know what? If I go here and I can touch a couple of the directors of these libraries, maybe that has a significant impact on those communities they go home to, right? But at the same time, guys, that's a week of my time away, almost, right? And so I better deliver some because it's not about the speaking fee of going there. Like, that's a week of me not being home, doing the stuff that I do here, making content, helping entrepreneurs, being on social. Like, I do a lot of work and impact a lot of people in a week. So for me to take that away to go talk to these guys, I put the pressure on me. Like, I better turn up and insanely deliver value for these guys so that somebody is moved to do something, because forget the speaking fee. I'm pissed at myself for not having a bigger impact if I don't, because I wasted my time. And so that's how I see it too. Like, all of the traveling and, you know, can I have the same amount of impact going to meet some of these people face to face as opposed to just being here and doing more? I almost always default to, like, I can do more being here.
Gotcha.
I'm also not a natural networker, so I get invited to all of these different YouTube meetups and private elite groups and, like, all of these mastermind talks and that kind of stuff. And I just, I'm not I don't talk to the guy next to me on an airplane. I suck at a networking event and like, if I'm speaking, fine, but, like, I don't walk the room and ask people what they're all about. So
an introvert by nature?
I'm 100%. Like, it doesn't come out when we're doing these kinds of things. But I'm totally introverted. I don't talk to strangers or do any of that stuff. I'm the worst, you know, cold calling salesman around. And I just but I'm good at my work. And so, like, that's what gets me off. And so the speaking, like, the secret to speaking, to getting more paid gigs, is just to speak more. Like, practice, speak more. People will recognize you. You'll get better. And then you'll get more opportunities that'll be free. And then you'll start getting paid, you know, $100 and then $500 and then $1,000 and then $5,000 and $10,000. Like, you work your way up. And people will keep asking you if they see you and they like you. But, yeah, I don't know. My agent's pissed at me because he keeps trying to book me out on gigs and stuff. And I'm like, dude, man, like, what's just another corporation wanting to do you know, like, come on, man, give me something good.
What is that? What does that push and pull look like in setting your own boundaries, but at the same time acknowledging that you're still, you know, in a business, right?
Yeah, I mean, I tried quickly, pretty early on in my entrepreneurial career, to try to live a life where I didn't need to make decisions based off of money. And when I was younger and I didn't have as much, it just meant living a more frugal lifestyle where, like, I don't have to say yes to that deal because, you know, it's just for money. And so now, like, okay, you want to pay me XK to come to your city, and, like, I'm not going to do it. I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not doing any of this stuff just to make extra money. And I'm not, like, I'm buying 5 Lambos a week and whatever. My lifestyle has gone up significantly, but I'm also not, you know, buying the LA Lakers or anything, right? So, but I get to pick the projects that I work on,
Yeah.
and I think as long as you can do that, like if you start get into that mindset where you get to pick the projects and not be doing anything because of a paycheck coming, like those jobs never end up working out anyway. If you just did something just to earn a paycheck,
Yeah.
it's going to be the most frustrating, terrible experience
Absolutely.
ever. You're going to hate it the whole time. You're not going to give a
Absolutely.
great result for the client. They're not going to hire you back. They're not going to give you word of mouth referrals. It's just like, I want to spend my time on more important things.
So you mentioned earlier, Evan, that you were living a frugal lifestyle, and I kind of smiled because I remember reading that at one point you were making maybe something like $300 or $400 a month, and that you could only afford to eat beans, and that every time that you felt like you had a little win, a little victory, you would go and get McDonald's and get French fries, but you wouldn't get the whole meal, just the French fries, because again, you couldn't afford the whole meal. How long was it that you were enduring that lifestyle until things started to pick up?
That's all true. How long I have to think, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I was in university. I was trying to make my mark. I was also too ashamed to tell my friends. Like, I'm the one living the entrepreneur lifestyle, right? Like, I'm doing my own thing. I couldn't afford $20 to go out and go to, have beer and pizza with them.
Yeah.
Like, I had to pick one thing a month to go to. And I blamed it on me being busy, but really, like, I just couldn't afford it. So, like, I'm missing friends' birthdays. I'm missing, bachelor nights. Like, I'm missing a whole bunch of stuff because I really just couldn't afford it. Yeah, I ate beans for lunch every day, like the same canned beans because it was cheap. And we would celebrate wins. Like, we got a new client with McDonald's fries. And today, like, I hate McDonald's. It's so unhealthy. But still, the smell of fries and, like, just the look of a fry is victory to me. Like, that's a win. Like, I see the fries on the billboards. I'm like, yeah. Because that's how I sell it. Like, I'm conditioned to think French fries equals victory. So that's how we
So
would always
funny.
celebrate. It's like a
Gotcha.
cheap, little victory.
Gotcha.
How long did I stay there? I don't know. I would say like a year and a half, maybe. I don't know. I'm bad with looking back.
Yeah.
But I hit like the worst moment of my life where I told my business partner that I quit, and then found my way out of that, and then we started to make more money. It's like it was that low forced me to do things differently, and that's when I found a new path that actually has some success in entrepreneurship.
Gotcha. You know, Evan, because I follow a lot of the entrepreneurs, Tony Robbins. I follow you. I follow Gary Vaynerchuk, and I know Gary talks a lot about how he feels like he was always destined for entrepreneurship. He was just set on being an entrepreneur during a time where when you told people that you would like to be an entrepreneur, they would look at you crazy, like, get a real job. Do you feel kind of the same way as he does? Like, you've been destined to be an entrepreneur your entire life, or did you kind of find this niche after you realized some other things weren't going to happen for you?
I feel like I had entrepreneurial tendencies growing up.
Okay.
Right? Like Victor was sharing the background. But I still thought I was going to be a banker. Like the high school
Okay.
yearbook says I'm going to be a banker. Like, where are you going to be in 10 years, right? I'm going to be VP at a bank. I think most of it was because I didn't really have entrepreneurs in my ecosystem. My parents were entrepreneurs. I had no uncle or aunt or friends or anybody who were entrepreneurs. My friends all had parents who had jobs. And so that's just what I thought I wanted to do. I think now there's so much more opportunities, like listening to you guys or watching, a different YouTube channel. There's so many more opportunities to inject entrepreneurship into your environment that I don't know. I don't know about the like nature nurture. Like, is this meant for you or not? Were you born this way? Like, again, I don't look back, man. It's just like, okay, so what? Like, okay, so you didn't grow up an entrepreneur. Like, doesn't mean you can't do it. Like, go if you want, if it's on your mind, go and try it and see if it makes you come alive or not. So would I have done more entrepreneurial stuff if there were YouTube channels about it? Probably.
Okay.
But I don't know that I was like a born entrepreneur. I don't know. I don't spend much time thinking about it.
Okay, gotcha.
So-
I want to work, guys. I want to get to work.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I guess through all these experiences that you've had in the past couple of years, is there something that sticks out to you that's been a learning moment or a growing moment that's just, whether it's an event or whether it's just this thought that passed your mind that's really stuck out to you as something formative and directing you to where you're going now?
The two like super formative ones for me happened when I was 20-ish. One was I was in Paris and I was a tourist, and I'm sitting outside the Notre Dame Cathedral, and I have my map. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going next. And by myself. And this French girl comes up to me and asks me for directions. And I'm thinking, why is a French girl asking me for directions? Like, it doesn't really, right? Like, I should ask this girl out, right? Let's see what she's doing tonight, take her to coffee, something like that, right? And I chicken out, right? Like, I chicken out, I'm worried about my French not being good enough, or whatever reason. So she walks away, and I'm pissed that I didn't take my shot. Not that it would have been amazing, but, like, not knowing is worse than the rejection. And so I tried to take her picture, like, from across the river as she was walking by, and she actually kind of walked behind the stall, so I didn't get her. But as soon as I got home, I put that on my wall. I put that picture on my wall as a reminder to, like, the next time I'm afraid, I just got to do it. I just got to say yes and figure it out, because not knowing is worse than getting a no. Like, that short-term no is okay compared to a lifetime of not knowing.
Absolutely.
And so I looked at that every day, and I didn't actually tell the story to my friends. People came over because, again, I was embarrassed and ashamed. They just see this beautiful French riverside picture, but, like, to me, it's like, I missed my shot, man. Right? Like Eminem, you got one shot, one opportunity, right?
I know.
Seize everything you ever wanted, right? You're gonna seize it or not.
Gotcha.
And so that saved me, because I said I wanted to be a banker, and my yearbook said I'm going to be a banker. I had that opportunity when I'm making $300 a month in my company and just sucking, right? Like, not making anything. And I get these opportunities to work at Merrill Lynch and McKinsey Consulting, $80,000 to $100,000 starting salary, flying me to New York, putting me up in the Waldorf Astoria, like the whole deal, wine and dine, like what I thought I wanted, the jobs that my friends weren't getting. And what do I do? Do I take this crappy company that's not going anywhere, or do I take this dream job that I always wanted? And I remembered the picture, and what am I going to regret? And I would regret not trying the company. I knew, like, in a year, I could get another job. It may not be that job, but it could be a similar job.
Absolutely.
But I wouldn't know if I would get this company opportunity again. So I had to go for it and be like, I'm okay with it not working, but I need to know, because I don't want to live the rest of my life not knowing that, you know what, if I give it a little bit more on that thing, right, then maybe it would have worked out. And so, like, that failure in Paris with that girl and putting that picture up on the wall to remind myself of my failure, that gave me the spark to then bet on myself the next time and just be okay. And so that's what all of my decisions are through, always trying to minimize regret. Like, what am I not going to regret?
Absolutely.
And the fear of regret can help you push through the short-term fear, whatever decision that you need to make short-term.
Gotcha.
And then the other formative lesson was around the same time coming back, figuring out how to make my business grow. And I told my business partner I quit. It was like worst day of my life. I realized that I'm not the first guy to try to sell software before. And by modeling success, like, somebody else has already figured this out. I don't have to come up with all the ideas myself. And I looked at how Bill Gates started Microsoft. 0 to 1, like, not how he makes an extra million now, but 0 to 1. How do you do that? That's what I want to do. And I found this story, and I researched it, and I was making $300 a month, and within 2 months or so, I made my first deal that was $13,500. And that doesn't sound like a lot of bank, but dude, for me, that was sick.
Trust me,
that was the deal,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
$13,500, what? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, this could actually work.
Yeah.
And more important than that, like, I had a model that I could repeat.
Yeah,
So it's not just a
absolutely.
one-time deal. I could sell it again and again and again. And so that idea of, so first one, like, living with no regrets, trying as much as possible. And then two, whenever I'm faced with a problem I don't know what to do, I try to model success. Find someone who's already done it, and what can I learn from that? It's why, like, what am I doing on my YouTube channel? It's just modeling success. It's just finding people who've done great things, and it's selfish for me. Like, I would do the YouTube channel even if you guys didn't like it. For me, like, it's my growth and my
Gotcha.
development. I want to learn from Kobe and, all these guys that we put up on the channel. So I'm fortunate to get to surround myself with that daily.
It's awesome that you mentioned the girl in Paris and then telling your partner that you wanted to quit, because I wanted to ask you, you had done a seminar at Indigo Books, and you had told the audience a lot of entrepreneurs are not successful because they end up quitting too early. So I want to know, in your journey, at what point or what specific events happened that made you want to quit? I remember one time you said that you did a seminar at YMCA and only 3 people showed up. So between where you are now and then, what moments in your journey made you want to quit?
My man Victor doing his research, man. Victor needs a raise over here, dude.
I studied history in college, so I know how to do my research.
He's a little bit of a brown nose, so that's why we put him over in the corner.
I love it. So if I look at kind of my speaking career again, Indigo is like Barnes & Noble's in Canada, right? It's the biggest bookstore.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started speaking, it was YMCA, it was my first thing, and it was a free event, and the YMCA had a program to help entrepreneurs, and they were promoting it out, say, hey, young entrepreneurs, guys hold this business, going to come and teach you some advice. And I was stressed and pumped, like I want to help these entrepreneurs, my first thing, I want to give a ton of value. I put a ton of work into it, and 3 people showed up for the first thing. And meanwhile, I'm trying to find my next gig, my next business, because I just sold my company. I don't know what I'm going to do. Hey, maybe this speaking thing will be for me. And I show up, I'm like, oh man, 3 people for a free thing. Like, how am I ever going to turn this into a business? You can only get 3 people for free. How are you going to charge for this and make any money off of it? And I'm here. I did all the work. I better at least deliver for these 3 guys who showed up.
Absolutely.
And it was awesome. Like, I walked out like, this is amazing. This is the best thing ever. Like, that feeling of helping these 3 people was so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if I'm ever going to make money doing this, but I have to keep doing it. I got to keep going.
Yeah.
And so that was like the high I was chasing. Again, it's not like about the result of hitting 50 people or 100 people or whatever. It's like just the process. I liked the teaching. I liked helping these guys out. And then I just kept doing it, right? So the 3 became 5, became 10, became 15. We got too big for the YMCA. We moved into a boardroom of a bank. We got too big for that boardroom, so we moved into Indigo. And so I could come to the bookstore and say, hey, look, I've got all these people coming every month to talk about entrepreneurship. Can we use their spot? And they said, it's little not what we normally do because we only have authors come in, but if you're bringing an audience, sure, like maybe they'll buy some books. And so that started to grow. And it got to the point where we had the 2nd biggest audience at the bookstore in the year. Sting was the guy who beat us out. Sting was like book tour or something. And Sting beat us. Sting was number 1, and we were number 2 for most people brought to a bookstore. And I just really enjoyed it, you know. And so there wasn't one thing I did. You know, I just got better as a speaker. I cared more. And to be honest, I put up a video maybe a week ago of me at Indigo. And it's terrible. Like, I can't believe people were following me. Like, that is so bad. Oh, I'm talking about perseverance or something. And that's like 2 years into my speaking career. And so you can go back and look at it. And that was good enough to have people continue to follow me and want to keep coming back. And just by doing more work, like by grinding out more, by making 70 videos instead of the average person who makes 1. I'm not naturally talented. I'm an introverted dude who doesn't like to speak up. Like, you develop the skills to get better, and I just put in more work than the other people. So it was just more hustle, more care, more love, and it built. You know, like, you guys put on a YouTube channel, people like the content, they'll watch one, and they're like, hey, you know what? They're doing another interview. I wonder who they're going to bring on. I wonder if Victor's going to be as good on his research. Coming back, right? I wonder if Neil's going to talk Kobe again, you know? And so, like, if you're adding value, people will keep coming back, but it's that slow build up as you start getting better.
Good. So talk to us, Evan, please, a little bit about the book, Your One Word. How did that idea come to fruition? Like, was it something you'd been planning all along, or were you just one day like, I'm going to write a book, let's make this happen?
I never wanted to write a book, guys. It was not my thing. My agent, Steve, in New York is like, we need a book. You need a book. I need a book to sell you into corporations and all this stuff. Like, I don't want a book, Steve. Look at my YouTube channel. I can open up doors with my. It's not 1950 anymore, right? Like, you don't need a book to open up doors.
Yes, sir.
I mean, he's like, okay, I'm gonna pitch you anyway into publishers. Okay, whatever, pitch me. It doesn't matter. And then through that process, I was figuring out my one word. Believe. I started branding my business around Believe. My website was about Believe. My newsletters were about Believe. I was making videos about Believe. Everything that was Believe related took off way more than anything else. And so, and it's one, because it's easy to understand and market, but 2 is like, it was more me. Believe is not just a marketing thing. It's authentic for me. It's what I am. And so I was curious to then find other businesses. Like, I'm going to do this crazy thing and build my entire business around one word. It sounds nuts. And then I started finding other businesses that had done it. And from the guy who just built a $50,000 full-time income for himself around one word, to then a business that had $500,000, $1 million, $5 million, and $150 million in revenue. And I went out to interview these people, and they all just figured it out. Nobody had a blueprint. There was no plan.
Gotcha.
And so I thought it'd be pretty cool if there was a plan. Like, if there's a book that I want to write, that's the book I want to write.
Gotcha.
Not this other stuff that you guys are pitching me. And so I was really reluctant at the start. I didn't want to do it at all. I was just following my agent, and didn't want to take calls, and didn't want to do we take a call and then give us a proposal. I don't want to do a proposal. I don't even want to do a book. But then when this idea came, I was like, guys, this is it. This is the thing. And they hated it at the start. They're like, that's a workbook. That's like 5 pages of a worksheet. Like, are you kidding me? This is more than a book. This is a series. And my guys are like, for a book, they want 60,000 words. That's how much a typical book is going to be. I wrote 120,000 words.
Oh, God.
We cut half the book. We cut an entire book. And they're like, oh, we can use that as volume 2. Like, no. That, we're not even keeping that. I'm throwing that away. If I'm writing another book, it'll be something different. It's just grind out the work, and I'll throw away more than what most people will even create. And so, that's the best of the 120,000 words condensed down to 60 or 65 or whatever it is. I just got really excited about being able to teach the concept, and I thought it would actually lend itself better to a book because of the activities and exercises than making YouTube videos.
That's great. Right now, that kind of wraps things up. I wanted to ask you what advice you maybe have for entrepreneurs that are just about a year and a half into their journey, but I feel like everything you just said is perfect. Just believing in yourself, having faith, just grinding out, doing the work, and eventually success will come. Is there anything else that you want to add?
Yeah, I would stop comparing yourself. Who cares if you're a year and a half in? Maybe you're 10 years in, if you like what you're doing, you have a passion for it, you have to find a way to keep going.
Absolutely.
And when I'm looking, I'll look up to people, right? I'm not the greatest speaker in the world. I love Les Brown. I don't know, you guys know Les Brown?
I know who Les Brown is.
Yes.
Young Les Brown, that guy is sick, man. I want to be young Les Brown. Look up young Les Brown speaking videos. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm nowhere close to young Les Brown, but I'm not so what? So what that I'm not close? It's an aspiration to meet. People chase perfection and they get pissed when they don't hit their goal. It's not about the goal. It's about doing the work to get better. And I think just continually, hard work is just, I guess, in me. When I talked about my agent, when I joined the agency, I was the worst one at the agency. My agent Steve was like, you know what? I don't know if I want to take you on, man. I don't know if I want you as a client. Everybody else who had been with him, they were more polished speakers than I was. And I understand. I look back at my videos, I actually really sucked. I thought it was hot stuff, but I really sucked. And then he said, but you know what? Okay, we'll take a flyer. You're our flyer for the year. We'll see what happens. And then I just worked harder than everybody else. When they were having a hard time, he asked me to do my story. One of the first exercises, make your story. So I would make a video about my story, 15-minute video. He would review it. I'd make it in the morning. He'd review it, give me feedback. Afternoon, I'd do it again. Another 15 minutes, right? He'd review it, give me feedback. I'd do it again at night, 4 times a day. I'd be making it. I did that intro story 40 times for him, and he gave me feedback. I would make videos every day when the other people at the agency complained about not having time during the week to make one video.
Absolutely.
Right? And so within a couple months, I became the best practice example. They're like, you guys should be doing what Evan's doing. I was the worst one. I was the worst. I had no talent, no skill. I just listened to their advice and grinded, and I became the best practice. So it's not for me to say I'm a genius or I'm special. It's the opposite. I'm not special. I'm super ordinary, introverted, don't have the skills, and I just worked hard. I've done 4,000 videos on my YouTube channel. Some of them are unlisted. Practice videos. They're 4,000. You better get better. Take 4,000 shots. Right? You have to be a new level of garbage to not improve after trying something 4,000 times.
Yeah.
Right? So I think people put too much pressure on themselves to be good at the start. Maybe you see a Gary Vee, or you see somebody crushing it hard, and you go out and try to do it and your thing sucks. You suck at the start. And the hard part is you have taste but you don't have the skill. Like, you know what's good.
Mm.
You know what a good jump shot looks like, but you can't do it. And so when you get out there and you know that you suck, you quit. And so whatever you're making, you know what will look good. You have certain standards for quality, and then when you can't go out and make that immediately, you quit. And so it's good to have those standards. It's good to have like the MJ jump shot as the thing to aspire to, but understand that you're going to suck, you're going to fall, you're not going to get anything the first time, and just make everything better. Like, maybe you guys look at your show and like, hey, we love the Breakfast Club. You know, one of you is going to be Charlemagne, and one, you know, like.
Oh, goodness
I love
gracious.
Breakfast. It's a good show, man. Like, they had
Absolutely.
I feel like Charlemagne is my spirit animal, Evan. I'm not gonna lie.
Right, so like, okay, it's a good show to model, right?
Yeah.
So Breakfast Club, awesome. Have guests come in, great, you know. But it takes time to be that good, right? They put a ton of practice in, and so it's like, that's the ideal, and here's where we are, and just every show needs to be better. Like,
Yes, sir.
whoever you bring on next, that show has to be better than that Evan Carmichael show. That's it, and you just keep building your way up, and you get to be at a higher level. So
Amen.
I think it's hard when people see that they know it looks good and they can't do it, and they just quit too soon. Good. Who is your favorite top 10 that you watch?
Man, let me I mean, Samuel L. Jackson or Tyrese. And
Tyrese was another one that I had to put mad energy into because I was unhappy with what the product was. Because that dude is a different bird, man.
Absolutely.
Tyrese is a different bird.
Absolutely.
I want to tell you one quick story. I know because you guys are talking about racial diversity
Yes, sir.
and conflict and all that stuff.
Yeah.
This is something that was an unexpected benefit of the channel. We did a video. I forget who it was. It was a black entrepreneur. I won't say one of the Johnsons, like John Johnson or Magic Johnson, one of those guys.
Bob Johnson, owner of BT.
Well, we did John Johnson, Bob Johnson,
Okay.
Magic Johnson. We've
Okay.
done a lot of them. we did all the Johnsons. But anyway, there's this kid who leaves a comment on the channel. He's like, "Thank you so much for making this video. I'm from whatever, some state in the South, and my dad always taught me that black people are stupid and would never amount to anything. And watching this video really shifted my perspective." Right? And it's like, that's what you guys are doing. That's what I'm doing,
Yeah,
right? Like,
absolutely.
they grew up in a really limiting environment with a lot of limiting viewpoints, and you guys get to blow it up.
He's very intense because you can see like he really tries to give back. Like, I'm sure you've seen this, Evan. Like, he would just sit in his house and talk for an hour and try to be like, he didn't have to do that. He's Tyrese. He's massively successful. He's a singer. He's in the Fast and the Furious series. I'm like, I don't know why Tyrese is doing this, but I started following that, and then you profiled that like while I was like watching it. I'm like, man, like, it was just like everything aligning at the right moment.
Sick, man. The Paris rant, if you watch the whole, like, we cut pieces, but if you watch the whole Paris rant, he's like 3 a.m. He's on the streets of Paris. It's totally dead, and he just goes on this crazy rant.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's
he does.
amazing. That dude is sick.
Tyrese is pretty. Have you ever met any of the celebrities, Evan, that you've profiled? I mean, I know you said Floyd Mayweather retweeted or 50 retweeted, but like, have any of the? Because I know you're in New York, right?
I'm based in Toronto. My
Okay.
agent's in New York, so
Gotcha.
like, I fly between.
Okay.
Not a lot, to be honest. Like,
Gotcha.
I'm weird. Like, I don't even know what I would ask them. Like, I don't want to meet anybody. I feel like I've gotten more from the videos of them than I would get in a conversation with
Gotcha.
them. The only people that I would want to meet, they're on my wall. Howard Schultz, who started Starbucks,
Okay.
and Kanye. I don't know if you can see Kanye.
I can see him right there on the right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, even when we did the Kanye video, we changed a lot of minds. Like, a lot of people said, I just thought Kanye was this huge jerk off who just complains and is a loudmouth, but he actually says some good things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we purposely included a clip of John Legend saying, "Hey, where'd you get?" Like, Oprah interviews John Legend, said, "Where'd you get your last name?"
Yeah.
Because his name is John Stevens, right?
Yeah.
And he said, "Because I was in Chicago and Kanye convinced me to change it to Legend."
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like, he's a good friend, right? Like, you see one side, the public crazy side, but there's also a lot of goodness in there.
Yeah.
That's what I want to focus on, not like the top 10 Kanye insults or Kanye
Yeah.
dumb moments.
Absolutely.
Like, the good, right? And so, like, changing, you have the power to change perspectives through the conversations that you have, the people you bring on. So I feel like all of Kanye's interviews suck. I feel like the people asking questions really don't do a good job.
Yeah.
So those are the only two: Howard Schultz and Kanye. And only, guys, only if I can film it. Like, I don't want to meet Kanye. I have no interest. If you can film it, yes. Like, if I can make content for the channel, but otherwise there's nobody. Like, I'm happy to hang out with you guys just as much as to go meet Kanye or Howard Schultz or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
weird. I'm not the typical
that's
dude.
fair.
So
That's fair.
yeah, so I'm sure I could have. Like, could I have gone and met 50 Cent or Floyd or any of these guys? Maybe.
Gotcha.
Like, they're already tweeting the stuff, just get our people talking to each other. But it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the time. Like, how long does it take me to get a crew and go to Chicago and meet Kanye and blah, 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 versus, like, I'm not making more videos.
Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, so there's so like you have so much material, man. You can't run out. Like I think like I had a crappy day at work and I literally watched that for like 7 hours straight, like video after video, and you don't even realize like some of these videos are like 59 minutes, but you're just like they're so captivating, and you're like, wow, like it's that feeling you get like after going to a really like good sermon at church on Sunday. Like you kind of get that feeling after watching some of these videos. So. Yeah, man. I hope you keep putting them out. Don't stop anytime soon because
Thanks,
they're really making a difference for sure.
Well, thank you very much, Evan, for spending time with us at Str8 Up. Guys, if you are looking for information on Evan, Google his name. You're going to find a bunch of stuff. Check out his book, Your One Word. And that wraps things up on this episode of Str8 Up. Thank you, Evan.
Thanks for the love,
Cool,
guys.
yeah.
Hey, you guys like what you saw? Be sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, watch out for new content, and we'll see you back here. Str8 Up. Damn, I just stole that from you!